Tension in the wild and the wild tears running on the brink, thicker than the copper in the darkness that we drink.
The marrow in my bones begins to spark, a heavy anchor lifting from the deep. I feel the static crawling through the dark, awakening a giant from its sleep. The gravity has lost its iron hold, the oxygen is burning silver bright. 1,000 hidden stories now unfold inside the sudden rush of morning light. The horizon line is melting into gold. I stand upon the summit of the breath, a map of constellations uncontrolled. It's stripping back the residue of death. My pulse is like a hammer on the gate. The tension in the wire snaps at last. I will no longer carry around the weight of every hollow shadow in my past. The current takes the lead. It flows within the vein, accelerating speed, beyond the reach of pain. This is the rising tide within the soul, the incandescent breaking of the sea. I feel the shattered pieces becoming whole, a blinding surge of what is meant to be. The heavens open wide to let me through. The atmosphere is dissolving in the heat. Everything I ever thought I knew is falling like the dust beneath my feet. The clouds are parting ways to silver sun. I climb the ladders built of pure desire. The race against the clock is finally won by walking through the center of the fire. The silence has been broken by a word, a symphony of motion and of grace. I do not bleed the earth beneath me anymore. I am the master of this open space. The current takes the lead. It flows within the brain, accelerating speed, beyond the reach of pain. This is the rising tide within the soul, the incandescent breaking of the sea. I feel the shattered pieces becoming whole, a blinding surge of what is meant to be. The heavens open wide to let me through. The atmosphere is dissolving in heat. Everything I ever thought I knew is falling like a dust beneath my feet. Electric currents tracing lines across the coast. The midnight transmission is what I crave the most. Silver pulses drifting through the crystal haze, counting every heartbeat in this liquid maze. The sequence is unfolding in a pattern light, weaving through the shadows of a velvet night. Digital horizons bending through the floor, waiting for the signal to open up the door. The flicker in the glass is moving on too fast, breaking from the weight of time, caught inside a kinetic climb. Give me the motion that flows like a tide, nowhere to wander and nowhere to hide. It's moving all too fast, breaking from the weight of time. Caught inside, I can't let it climb. Give me the motion that flows like a tide. Nowhere to wander, and nowhere to hide. Gravity shatters as we start to spin. This is the moment the circuits begin. Higher than logic and deeper than breath. Defying the silence and cheating the death. Feel the vibration inside of the core. Screaming for mercy and begging for more. Statues of gold and corridors of velvet. The velvet curtain holds back the silver moon. Satin slippers sliding on marble tiles. The smells of imported jasmine and expectation. 1,000 crystal glasses waiting for the spill. The grand clock ticks against the heavy silence. Invitations tucked in tailored silken pockets. The scent of fortune drifting through the hallway. Heavy rings clashing against the mahogany rail. Diamonds shivering under the chandelier glow. The staircase curves like a frozen waterfall. Mirrors reflecting legacies of the refined perfume. Trails lingering in the empty ballroom. Waiting for the first note to snap the stillness. The pulse of old money beating in the floorboards. Hidden smiles behind the lace of hand-cut fence. The shadow stretches long across the plush carpet. A sudden spark within the darkened lounge. The heavy scent of cedar and age of brandy, ascending the throne of this midnight kingdom. Tonight the pearls will dance in frozen motion. The ceiling painted with the dreams of kings. Where we feel the geometry of our desires. Our shadows drifting over the gilded walls. Every footstep echoes in a chamber of luxury. The night is heavy with the weight of ghosts. Waiting for the dawn to find us in this splendor. The chauffeur keeps the engine hanging low. Polished chrome glowing under the street lamps. A vintage year pouring to flutes of thin glass. The guests arrive like a slow-moving storm. White gloves handling the keys to the empire. Conversations hum like the bees in the roses. The tapestry tells a story of endless summer. While the ice cubes settle in the crystal basins. The shadow stretches long across the plush carpet. A sudden spark within the darkened lounge. The heavy scent of cedar and age of brandy, ascending the throne of this midnight kingdom. Tonight the pearls will dance in frozen motion. The ceiling painted with the dreams of kings. We weave through the geometry of our desires. Our shadows drifting over the gilded walls. Every footstep echoes in a chamber of luxury. The night is heavy with the weight of gold. Waiting for the dawn to find us in this splendor.
The spark strikes a jagged flint in the dark. A hungry tongue of gold reaps the dry timber. Mercury rises through the floorboards today, while the crowd gathers like iron to a magnet. No one asks the price of the bird. there's just a distance between the flashes. You carry the torch like a stolen relic, searching for a corner where the ice remains. But the heavy tide of movement sweeps you out to the middle of the great combustion feast. The valves open wide to the rushing currents. The copper veins are glowing in the brickwork. Every hand is a flare, long stretch of night, waiting for the sky to answer back in kind. The heat is a mountain moving through the room, engulfing every pale ghost
crushing grip, 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 grip.
The singer's wailing like a siren on the shore, drawing every weary sailor to the jagged rocks below. We don't need the daylight anymore, not when we have got the incandescent in a glow. The pressure building in the center of the chest is the signature of something that is finally alive. Put the weary hollow bones to rest and let the marrow be the reason that we all survive. The walls are squaring with the memory of the beat as the thunder rolls across the polished wooden grain. There is no mercy in the summer heat, and there is no shelter from the electronic rain. Keep your eyes fixed on the moving of the hand, writing scriptures on the air with every sudden spark. We are the masters of this desert land, carving out a sanctuary deep within the dark. Oh, leading through the iron of the sound, let the heady water wash the dust away from sight. The heavy pull of holding solid ground is the only thing that keeps us in the grace of life. Can you feel the gravity begin to snap? Can you hear the gospel in the button of the key? Ye have fallen straight into the trap of finding every answer that we ever had to feel.
Gravity is waiting for the boat to fall.
foundation of the solid ground. Faster than the thunder can strike the ground. Leaving every ghost in the rearview town. Power is a fear that I cannot brace. Taking every risk that I have to take. The weight of the world is a heavy stone, but I am moving faster than the wind has blown. Deep bass vibrating in the hollow chest, putting every limit to the ultimate test. To the ultimate test.
The forward motion of a restless mind. What pavement turns to liquid on a steady heat. The symphony of metal makes the earth retreat. A surge of pure ambition through the iron veins, breaking the gravity of all these earthly chains. Through halls of high prestige, a golden blitz that holds the horizon in siege, pushing the needle past the limits of the soul. A frantic majesty assumes complete control. Unstoppable momentum in a suit of chrome, driving no-ride horses to their heavenly home. Shaking loose from the velvet rafters. A heavy amber light spills across the floor. No one is looking for the exits or the laughter. They only want to go where they have been before. I see the jewelry on the wrists of the restless, flicking like a match in a sudden gale. Everyone is trying to become the object of a story that has grown a little pale. The brass is ringing like a Sunday morning, but the sun is just a memory in a jar. The girls are swaying under heavy warning that they might never find out who they are. The ceiling is a mirror for the lonely, reflecting all the sweat and all the pride. We are only here because we are the only ones who hold nothing left to hide. And it is a hypnotic golden dance floor, where the clock just spins and forgets the hour. We are kneeling down at the temple door to taste the honey and the heavy flower. Yes, the hypnotic golden dance floor takes the jagged edges of the day and turns the stone into a liquid shore until the shadows wash themselves away. A man with a checkered coat is staring at a glass of water like it was the sea. He does not care about the clothes he is wearing or the day he owes to some false decree. The heels are clicking on the polished timber, a sound like hammers on a wooden box. Every movement makes the mind grow limber, breaking through the rusty iron locks. The smoke is curling like a snake in the rafters, biting at the heels of the weary band. They do not seek the ever or the after. They only want to hold the current hand. The glare is blinding, but the heart is steady, wrapped in a blanket of a gilded hue. The soul is waiting and the feet are ready to do the only thing they know to do. And it is a hypnotic golden dance floor, where the clock just spins and to get the hour. We are kneeling down at the temple door to taste the honey and the heavy flower. Yes, the hypnotic golden dance floor takes what jagged edges of the day and turns the stone into a liquid shore until the shadows wash themselves away. There are those who say the light is just a fever, and those who say the movement is a sin. But I would rather be a true believer. It's the way the spinning world begins to spin. It does not matter if the morning is a vision or if the dark is just a place to sleep. We have made a holy and a blind decision to dive into the waters that are deep. And the beast will hypnotic golden dance floor, where the clock goes bends and forget the hour. Feel a needle down at the temple door, taste the honey and the heavy flower. Yes, the hypnotic golden dance
turns to stone and we're liquid shore until the shadows wash themselves away.
Circus going in the dark. The air is hungry for a prehistoric spark. The silence fractured by a heavy rolling tide. There is no longer any hollow place to hide. The static rises like a fever in the veins. We share the heavy coats of ordinary day.
And vanishing the ultraviolet velvet haze. The floorboard shudder like a heart about to break. This is the moment that the sleepy giants wake. The walls are sweating with a rediscovered heat.
We find our footing on the gravel and the beat. The clocks are melting in the furnace of the sound. Feel the combustion as the oxygen ignites a sudden blooming of the predatory lights. The current surges through the wiring of the soul. The broken fragments are becoming something whole. It is the lightning striking twice in the same spot. The heavy pressure of the iron getting hot. We are the fuel and we are the rising flame. Spilling over jagged glass, watching the shadows of the future as they pass. No longer tethered to the gravity of doubt. We found the secret that the poet screamed about. The engine rattles with a fierce metallic roar, turning stronger than we ever were before. The ghost of winter is a memory in the dust. 1,000 pulses synchronized within my bone.
No longer walking through the wilderness alone. The subterranean vibration starts to climb. A sharp defiance of the boundaries of time. The ceiling trembles as the energy expands.
The power resting in the palms of open hands. The ancient fire is a newborn sun tonight. Now, 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 now. Feel the combustion as the oxygen ignites a sudden booming of the predatory lights. The current surges through the wiring of the soul. The broken segments are becoming something whole. It is the lightning striking twice in the same spot. The heavy pressure on the iron getting hot. We are the fuel and we are the rising flame.
Drop the midnight to your ankles and jump.
but the gravity is yours. Tangled in the wires of a grand design. Midnight to your ankles and jump. Electric current pulling marrow from the bone. Underneath the concrete where the empire slump. Every heartbeat carries a kingdom of its own. Strap the midnight to your ankles and jump. Electric current pulling battle from the bone. Underneath the concrete where the empire slump. Every heartbeat carries a kingdom of its own.
The taste Sossusvlei. Unleash the light that the hollow spent. I am the gravity you cannot fight. Surging upward through the dead of night. Total power in a single breath. Defying silence and defying death. Crown of lightning on a marble brow. There is no labor, there is only now. Tearing down the walls of the old design. Crossing over the forbidden line. Higher than the stars could ever dare. Thriving on the thin and freezing air. Listen to the thunder of 1,000 hearts. This is where the real existence starts. Skin of a firmament. Unleash the light that the hollow spin. I am the gravity you cannot fight. Surging upward through the dead of night. Total power in a single breath. Defying silence and defying death.
Like the oxygen, cut the fuel supply, and the gravity you cannot defy. Iron fist hit like a landslide, crash landing every petty contender to ash. Apex predator on a granite drone, breathe the fire through a heavy megaphone. Steel lungs pumping out a frantic heat, crushing every fake on the concrete street.
Taped like a bomb with a short fuse wire. Setting the perimeter and total fire. I don't negotiate, I dominate the zone. Built this empire on my skin and bone. Thick skin, heavyweight, moving like a tank. Taking every asset to the blood red bank. But life steady rising cause the breaking point. Seizing every gear in the hollow joint. Pressure peaking till the valves explode. Heavy cargo on the jagged road. Fierce power in a blacked out vein. Master of the chaos, ruler of the pain. Pressure peaking till the sky turns gray. Nothing standing in the giant's way. Kill the engine but the pulse survive. Sharpest edge of 10,000 knives.
Under the hammer, under the blade, never retreat and I never will fade. Grinding the gears till the sparks ignite, clutching the throat of the dead of night. Total control of the starter house floor, kicking down the hinges of the iron door. No mercy in the static, no peace in the sound, leveling the mountain to the frozen ground.
Adrenaline flooding like a broken dam. Hit the barricade with a battering ram. Witness the fury of the midnight sun. Ending the battle before it's begun. Zero resistance and zero remorse. Channeling the cover of a cosmic force. Final winning as the structure falls. Writing the anthem on the ruined walls. Pressure peaking till the valves explode. Heavy cargo on a jagged road. Fierce power in a blacked out vein. Master of the chaos, through smell the pain. Pressure peaking till the sky turns gray. Nothing standing in the giant's way. Kill the engine but the pulse survives. Sharpest edge of 10,000 knives. Pressure peaking till the valves explode. Heavy cargo on a jagged road. Fierce power in a blacked out vein. Master of the chaos, ruler of the pain. Pressure peaking till the sky turns gray. Nothing standing in the giant's way. Kill the engine but the pulse survives. Sharp edge of 10,000 the current carves a cathedral out of the rushing air. We are not made of clay, but of a friction between stars. A sudden crack in the ceiling of the ordinary day, spilling the white hot radiance of 1,000 suns into the palms of those who dare to touch the sky. Metal tastes like alkaline on the tip of the tongue. The hum of which was formal is the only liberty required. Every cell is a turbine spinning in a frantic motion, erasing the blueprints of the gravity we used to know. Look at the skyline bending under the weight of the bolts, a rush of power that turns a lead and heart into gold. The pressure builds inside the porcelain shell, a white heat rising from the basement of the soul, waiting for the snap of the cosmic switch to release the flood that burns the shadows whole. Soaring electric energy surging through the hollow hole. The lightning is a liquid crown that refuses to cool higher than the ironberg, chasing the edge of the storm. Blood sparks revive the anatomy of the morning. I am a conductor for the fire that refuses to sleep, vibrant and jagged and cutting through the silent deep. Soaring electric energy surging through the hollow hole. The lightning is a liquid crown that refuses to cool higher than the ironberg, chasing the edge of the storm, where the sparks rewrite the anatomy of the morning. I am a conductor for the fire that refuses to sleep, vibrant and jagged and cutting through the silent deep. Soaring electric. Soaring electric. The seismic clock strikes a heavy hour, molten shadows climbing up the tower. Deep beneath the pavement stone, a fever rattling every hollow bone. The static sky begins to crack. There is no looking back. A sudden roar within the quiet street, the pressure rising from the subterranean heat. What was buried finds the upper air, a blinding corolla and a frantic flare. The silence shatters into 1,000 shards across the empty boulevard. Explosive midnight gold peak, the summit we were born to seek. A mountain made of liquid fire, climbing ever higher and higher. The dark is torn by heavy yellow light, burning through the fabric of the night. The iron gates are melting down above the sleeping ember town. A weightless rush, a gilded crest, panic beating in a chest. The day is born before its time, in a jagged upward climb. Rivers of brightness called the valley floor, breaking through the heavy bolted door. The horizon is a jagged line of flame. Nothing ever stays the same. Watch the ceiling of the world unfold in a tide of heavy molten gold. The air is thick with shimmering dust, returning every steel beam back to rust. The summit screams against the black until the heavens finally crack. Explosive midnight gold peak,
shell. Just build a liquid crown upon the dust. The heavy iron gates that guarded hell are dissolving in a rain of holy rust. I felt the pull of shadows on my sleeve, dragging through the canyons of the bone. But every ghost I carried had to leave when the sky began to claim its tawny throne. This breath is not the one I bottled first. The air has turned to honey in the lungs, the cooling spring for every ancient thirst. The silence is the oldest of the tongues. The weight of all the winters peels away, like silver scales falling to the floor. The fragments of the night are swept astray by the tide that crashes through the open door. The gilding overflows the jagged rim. The fractured map is mended by the blades. The vessel fills until it meets the brim and burns the winds are out of all my days. It is a steady rising through the glass. I found when the sun is still into a gray. The gray and hollow seasons finally pass until the gold is all the cameraman. There is no longer salt inside the wound. The jagged edge is softened into light. The choir of the quiet is attuned to the ending of a long and colorless fight. I am a mirror facing towards the flame, reflecting back the mercy of the spark. I have forgotten every tangled name they used to bind my spirit to the dark. The horizon is a ribbon made of flame, unspooling on the surface of the deep. The universe is calling out the same, from the summit to the valleys where we sleep. There are no broken circles left to trace, no debts to pay inside this amber glow. I see the vastness of a soul embrace in every single direction I can go. The transition is a bridge of binding wire. The crossing is a shimmering ascent. The heavy lead is purified by fire until